Hold on, everyone. I'm still setting some stuff up.
The All Creator Live Archives. Hello everyone. Please follow the YouTube guidelines. No spamming, no breaking up messages, no fighting. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new day of All Creator Live, and I am back playing more Genshin Impact. Alright, so, I feel like Paimon is about to say it, but today is the second day of Lantern Rite. I mean, not technically, yesterday was, but you know what I mean. Hopefully. Alright. Let's grab some of this stuff first. Get started. Alright, so let's take a look here. These are the challenges. This one just unlocked. We're probably going to learn a little bit about it from the story, so let's do the story first. Where's the story page again? Here, I think. Yeah. Sorry if I sound a little weird today. I have I feel like I'm starting to get a head cold. I have a headache that's been progressing throughout the day. I've taken some medicine to try and calm it down, but it doesn't seem to be going away. And my nose feels a little stuffy, but I can't really tell. So I could have a head cold. It could be starting to catch a head cold. Something. I don't know. Work was pretty stressful today. It took a lot of brain power to deal with what I had to deal with, let me tell you. But it is what it is. It's all over now. I'm happy. I can just relax, play some video games, and eventually get to sleep. Oh, goodness. All right, it looks like we got that whole situation where we gotta speed up time a bit. I love Navia. I really do, but her... her away dialogue is just a little too sus. I'm like, oh, Navia, please stop. Alright, so these three have unlocked already. These won't unlock until tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, 2 days from now. So Friday, I won't be able to do those because I'll have work. But I'll get to the rest of them next week. Today might be the second day of Lantern Rite. story-wise, or you know, just game-wise in general. But I am going to have to wait a while to get to the third day of Lantern Night, because I'll have to do work this weekend. And that's going to be a lot, because I'm going to be sleeping during the day and working at night. That's weekends are my night job. I mean, I do start work at night with both my jobs, but my weekday job, it kind of just carries over into the afternoon, so I still kind of stay awake. But my weekend job, like when I get done, it's still technically night, so when I come home I'm still kind of sleepy, and I just end up falling asleep when I get home most of the time. So I sleep during the day most of the time during the weekends, and that's probably good for me, because during the weekdays I don't really get too much sleep. Maybe like 4 or 5 hours every day, but on the weekends I get as much sleep as I want, and that's good. I feel like that's how a lot of people are, though. You know, the weekends are always that time when you can relax and you can sleep as long as you want to. A lot of people are like that. Let's see what we got here. Well, I can get even further now. I can get to 4,000. And this is a new thing. But right now I'm trying to get to that. So what is it I gotta do? Oh, right. I gotta fast forward time. I'm just... My head is everywhere right now. Ooh, free Prima GMs. Why? Oh. I guess some bow-wielding characters were kind of glitched out. Maybe they did something during the update that messed them up. Who knows? Oh, right. I keep forgetting it's in this menu. I'm like, what am I gonna do again? I gotta go around like 2 days, right? It's usually always 2 days, so. And then Paimon's gonna say something as soon as it's over. Be a good time to grab some cookies. Oatmeal cookies over here. Probably get plenty of time to eat them. I am a little famished. I did eat lunch, but it was a very light lunch. I thought it would fill me up more. Just had 2 spicy chicken sandwiches, and they were not very filling. I thought they'd be a lot more filling, but I guess not. Wait until the appointed time. Oh, between 8 and 12. Is that what it meant? Okay, well. Now that I fully read it, I just looked at wait until, and then I didn't bother reading what time. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Jade Tower just floating around, or Jade Chamber just floating around there.
Paimon has never had dim sum at Shinue Kiosk before, but it should be quite the feast for sure. Ooh, and that's Paimon's stomach right on cue telling her it's time to go find Gamin. Let's go!
Oh, right. I gotta go all the way back to... No, it's here. Okay. Cool. Wait, so it's... Where? Oh, right. At the tea house I usually like sitting at. Oh, wait, no, it's this building. Right. She just said it. Hi. This is the place, isn't it? Oh. You can get food to go? I didn't realize that was a thing. I guess I already did do this because I bought both of the recipes, so... I guess I'm a liar. I knew it was here the whole time.
Oh, you're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second. Sit down.
Let's all take a seat!
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you!
Wait, you weren't supposed to drink that, Paimon. That was for you to rinse your utensils.
That's a thing? Wow, so much delicious food! Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
That's just how we do it where I'm from. Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to worry about holding back then.
Eat! If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it. What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood kanchi? Let me refill your bowl.
Paimon's gonna take you up on that. Fill it up nice and full and make sure she gets a few extra shrimp. Thanks! So full. That meal was so satisfying, it even gave Paimon some extra brain juice. Oh, listen! Paimon's figured it out. Let's think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full of expensive dim sum just for the three of us. Well, you must be hiding the fact that you're some young master from a rich family. That would explain why you try to keep your friends and family away from each other.
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu?
Huh? You know Xingqiu? You sure know a lot of people.
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am, you hear all sorts of rumors. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. What it comes down to is being able to tell the difference. More often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Oh, you truly are a man of many talents, young Master Gaming.
Okay, enough with the teasing. Sorry to burst your bubble, Paimon, but you're wrong about my family situation.
What? Oh, Paimon thought she was onto something there.
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff, you know? It wouldn't even make sense to mention his business in the same breath as the Feiyun Commerce Guild. My dad... he always wanted me to inherit the family business, to be a merchant like him. But that's just not who I am. It's not who I ever wanted to be.
Have you ever talked to him about it? You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I wanted all of Tevat to see what I could do. According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real job. Just a child's pipe dream.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only thing I wanted to do. One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. We got into a huge fight. We were this close to throwing hands. In the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since. Don't get on my case just yet, okay? It's not like I think I'm completely without fault. No, I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could speak for themselves.
Gaming.
But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
Paimon understands.
Okay, enough of all that serious talk. Our tea's getting cold. Ooh, let's do something fun this afternoon. What do you say, huh? I'll organize.
Actually, we kinda already have plans this afternoon. We told Xianyun that we would go to her kite-making workshop.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite-making, Gaming?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
Auntie? Okay. He's probably just being formal, but no way his family's that big. Auntie is no way to address a mighty and illuminated Adeptus. Huh? Oh! I was thinking of Zhenling. Sorry. I just can't get used to the idea of Cloud Retainer having a regular human name. I better not say the second option, though, because it kind of is a secret.
That title certainly humanizes her a bit.
Oh, I know that she's an Adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her terms of self-address or something like that. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she?
Is that not something you can do?
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely. Why couldn't she tell me what she wanted them for?
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay, I'll go with you. If Auntie Xianyun wants to use those dyes on a kite, the formula will need to be changed.
Great! The more the merrier!
Alright, part 2. Sorry. I already said this before, but sometimes I just can't resist these oatmeal cookies. They taste so good. Is that the exit? It is. Okay. I just noticed how far away it is. Here we go. Oatmeal cookies are great, but man, they get stuck to your teeth. Oh, somebody else is there. 2 people are there. Probably Fido and yeah. Not Fido, I mean Ganyu.
Ganyu! Ganyu! Come on, wake up! Some friends have arrived!
Hello, friends.
Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that. A guest at Wanmin restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. Its stimulative effects are much stronger than what can be achieved from chewing on mint leaves alone.
I just had a thought. Wouldn't mint leaves make you more sleepy? I'm pretty sure mint is something that people put in their tea to make them sleepier.
Apologies in advance.
Wait! Shenhe? Not there!
See? It worked. She's awake.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat?
I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over.
Huh. Was it that effective?
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, does this mean that heat's what we need to help you, Ganyu? Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means exactly.
I feel a bit better now. Was I asleep? Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen to you often. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
I could never. I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. I believe I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe, and this is Yao Yao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all.
The fox in the background's like, wait, what about me? I don't get an introduction? Ugh, man. Head colds, am I right?
Oh, you must be here for Auntie Xian Yun's kite making workshop, right?
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
Me too. I want to participate in the kite flying competition with my best friend. Plus, it's more meaningful if you make the kite yourself, right? Your best friend didn't come with you? Well, Chi-Chi's been super busy helping Dr. Baiju lately. I'll meet up with her later and give her a huge surprise. Oh, I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with bamboo, so I thought I should come prepared.
I think they upset the fox's feelings a little bit too much because it got kind of sidetracked by walking into a pole, and now it's just slowly walking away. Oh, it heard me talking about it and stopped.
Wow, you're really thoughtful.
As for myself, I'm afraid I lack some of my companion's enthusiasm. I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone. But Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors, wanting us to have the best there is. She always puts us before herself.
Huh.
It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste. My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes, but I'm ready to put in just as much effort as everyone else.
Well, we're all here, but where the heck is Xian Yun? Shouldn't she be here by now?
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Oh, come on! You clearly heard Paimon!
Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get it while it's still warm.
Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird! Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest Adeptus. Someone as wonderful as you is sure to have brought enough for Paimon as well, right?
Oh boy, we know what it takes to get Paimon on your good side. But I'm surprised that they decided to add in add in the little girl. Would she have been there if I had already done the story mode for Xianyun? Because that's where she came from. Wow, this is... I really gotta see what this whole thing would be like if I hadn't done Xianyun's story mode quest.
So delicious. Paimon's life is complete.
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. Go ahead and divide yourselves into small groups. The materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. Use them as you see fit. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while we were eating. Yes? Are there any questions?
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on the listening. Paimon knew she could count on you, Traveler.
One will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company if you have any trouble, questions, or simply want to chat.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we go see what the others are up to?
Seems like Xianyun is one of those hands-off types of teachers. Wonder how Shuyu's been.
Hey, Gaming, want to team up?
Huh? I have to participate? I thought I'd be done for the day after adjusting the dye formula.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
No, it's not that. It's just... it would take too long to explain. I guess I'll just make one then. What shape should we go with? How about a butterfly? What do you think, Shuyu? Is there a particular design you want?
I want a swanee.
Sorry,
that
everyone.
might be a little hard to pull off.
True, but I still want to try. They're super cute.
Okay, it's decided then.
Yeah, I left the microphone unmuted, and then I bumped it by accident, and then I realized the light was on. Wasn't on. Also, my knee is just...
I really want to go traveling. I don't mind where we go.
my knee is just kind of... It's not... Dang it. Not sitting right. When I say that, I mean like... It's not in pain, it's just the joint feels like it's... The joints feel like they're rubbing up against each other in a weird way. I'm sitting normally, it's just... Oh, just... Hate that, you know? Feel like you want to get your joints to pop or something, and it just doesn't want to cooperate. I'm just talking like an old person now. Sorry, everyone.
As long as I have my friends with me.
Gaming, can I do the coloring?
Sure. I'll go ahead and make the frame for you.
Shenhe, it would be great if you could refrain from putting things on my horns from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
I see. My apologies. I shall remember that in the future.
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time. I've just always wondered what Miss Ganyu's horns feel like.
Huh? Please, I told you. Just call me Ganyu. Well, alright. Just be gentle.
Firm to the touch with no discernible temperature. Oh, not unlike certain medicinal plants I've eaten before. Oh, still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I should stop. I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
Oh, no need. I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors. Anyway, we should probably get started on our kite. It won't be long before Cloud Retainer comes to check on our progress. Perhaps we should just choose the most traditional style.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly. Let's not disturb them.
Oh, I kind of want to disturb them. Oh, where'd they go? What? They're gone. Oh, okay. No, they're over here now.
The scissor-tailed swallow sure takes a lot of curved bamboo rods to build.
It broke.
Yep. That's why it's easy as just to make a simple kite. I used to make kites when I was young. I used to fly kites too. You know what? Come to think of it, I taught myself how to fly a kite. I know that sounds sad, but it was a big accomplishment for me. I had no idea what I was doing. I just was going off of stuff I'd seen on TV. I was like, alright, so, you gotta run with the kite and then hold it up and let the wind take it. I eventually realized that you don't even have to do that. If you stand against the wind, or you stand with the wind, with the kite against the wind, and hold the kite in a certain way to where it'll catch the wind, then you don't have to run at all. Just need it to be a nice, windy day. You're gonna want it to be a nice, windy day anyway, regardless, in order to fly a kite. So, if it's nice and windy, you don't even have to run. You just let the wind hit it at the right angle, and then just make sure you keep a firm grasp on the wire and slowly let the wire out until it's all the way up in the air. Kites really aren't that difficult to fly when you put some effort into it. It's kind of like how you would balance something on, I don't know if kids do this kind of thing nowadays, but with heaters and heating ducts and stuff like that, we used to take pieces of paper and float them over top of the heating ducts. It's kind of the same principle, except you're got much more of a wide open space to do stuff in. So flying kites is pretty fun too, because it's like the idea of watching a bird flying in the sky, except you're in control of it, you know? It has a sense of control as well as the majestic scenic view that you would get from staring into the sky and looking at a cloud, or watching birds go by, or watching a plane in the sky with a jet stream going behind it. You know, it has the same feel as all of those things. Only you're more in control of the situation, and that just adds a little bit more of personality to it when you do it, you know? I guess that's why it's such a huge thing in Chinese culture, because it's got kind of a personal feel to it when you do it. So I guess the type of kite that you fly holds a little bit more meaning to the celebration and such. All right, let's continue the story. I'm done reminiscing about my past.
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it a finch?
Yep.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao? I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friend. But if I make it gold, it'll be more like me.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, one would advise choosing gold. When giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines your friend would much prefer a kite that reminds them of you.
Oh, hey, I never told you the kite was for Chi-Chi. How did you know?
With age comes wisdom, child. One simply has a way of knowing things.
It's her way of saying you only have one friend.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Auntie Cloud Retainer. I'm gonna start painting it gold right now.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression that one was supposed to be doing the relaxing. Is your kite finished?
We actually haven't started yet, but we're going to start, right now. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go.
Oops, I've been procrastinating too much talking about my past. Do they all say the same thing?
Gaming, can I do the coloring?
Yeah, they do.
Sure. I'll go ahead and make the frame for you.
But let's see what Yao Yao and Xin Yun have to say.
Once I get better at making kites, I'm going to make one shaped like Uruguay. You gave him to me, and he's just the best.
Oh.
One is pleased that you like the gift.
Okay, well that explains where she got Uruguay from. Alright, and I guess this has to deal with the last minigame. Would make sense. Does have Xin Yun as the profile character.
We have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at?
Paimon. It's gonna say Paimon. I knew it! The obvious answer is to make Paimon shaped kite. Or just make Paimon a kite. Tie a string around her and let her float.
Oh, that's not a completely crazy idea. If nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least make sure you never get lost on your travels and always find the tastiest food and funnest things to do wherever you go. Maybe we're not exercising enough artistic license. Ooh, we should exaggerate this a bit. How about this? The word Paimon means the guardian angel of travelers. Now, what expression should we give her, since the kite is going to be flying super high in the sky?
I really do love the whole aesthetic that they're keeping with your character, that he's not a very good artist. It feels so insulting to have my name tied to this main character. I'm like, oh no, I would not have drawn it that way. But you just gotta remember that the character you're playing as is in no relation to yourself. Oh god, it's so funny just seeing how he depicts Paimon every time as this big chubby-cheeked creature. I wouldn't even say that Paimon's all that fat or chubby in any way. It's just so funny the way that your character always depicts her as this chubby little gremlin.
Ooh, like this? Ooh. The title of Champion Kite Flyer is mine! Now that we've decided, let's make it happen! It's done! Paimon has to say. Kite Paimon might even rival real Paimon in terms of cuteness. Now we just have to attach the string, right?
All right, gather around, everyone.
Oh, Shenyun's calling us!
one take a look?
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow. It's so pretty.
Yep. The coloring makes it look a lot like Master.
If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines. Did you doze off while painting it, Ganyu?
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see is blue and white.
Oh. Well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it too.
Exactly. So I simply closed my eyes and painted from memory.
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow, the disciples of Adepti really are something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the likeness.
The Swanee that Gaming and Shuyu made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark, so you're sure to see it at night. Your golden finch is cute too, Yao Yao.
It's all thanks to Auntie Cloud Retainer's guidance.
What about your kite, Traveler?
Ta-da! Here it is!
Its self-important countenance bears a striking resemblance to that of its namesake.
It makes her look like she's already won the competition. Well, that's gonna happen one way or another.
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh? Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by releasing a kite into one's territory without one's permission? Oh, and to do so by making use of this crude piece of mortal machinery. One simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer? Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released the kite.
There's wind up ahead. Looks like we can glide over.
Oh no, she's going to get rid of those polluting bastards. Zenyun, wait. It's not their fault. Watch it be a kid.
It's right there.
Where? Oh, there. I missed.
This Fontanian device of mechanical motion is quite curious.
This is actually better than I thought it was gonna be.
Now is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
One believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong. Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread at the thought.
Your concern is misplaced, surely. Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. She will not notice that kite. On the subject of said kite, however, one simply must remark on the genius of its windless lift technology. One cannot help but surmise that its ingenuity rivals that of Cloud Retainer's creations.
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can both say farewell to any further use of the Supreme Cuisine Machine.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This is all your fault.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor. Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later, she will discover our true identity.
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not. You retrieve it.
That is not our kite.
Oh, so an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Ah, you're an Adeptus? Please forgive us for any impropriety. I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for such wanton behavior?
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... mint! Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on our way.
We finally caught up. You sure do fly fast in your illuminated bird form, Shinyan. Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
You?
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe. Did she say something wrong?
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Then you are not angry?
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand.